Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing an unboxing of a game called Kapow. This is volume 1. This is a comic book inspired buildable dice game published by Wise Wizard Games. I actually had to re-record this audio, so hopefully it matches up with what is showing in the video because my mic wasn't behaving. But anyway, I really like this game. This is a game I got in a trade, and I'm very happy with it. I also have volume 2, which I won't be doing an unboxing for, but it will have very similar components to this one. I also like the fact that they didn't reuse any existing superheroes, so all of the art looks great and custom. Alright, so this is the rulebook, and I like how it kind of looks like a comic book. The theme really plays through the entire, throughout the entire game and components, which, I always appreciate. You see the contents here. Comes with a lot of dice, as you would expect. The player screens are awesome, so we'll get a closer look at those. And then plenty of great examples, and also there's a QR code so that you can learn how to play the game more quickly, which is easy. It's very easy to learn. Yeah, there is a solo mode, so this is a page for the solo mode, which is on page 13. And there's a 2v2 as well. If you also have volume 1 and volume 2, you could play that. Alright, and then you can see here on the right we have the player screens. So hopefully we'll start getting into what that looks like. I don't even remember what I was saying in this moment, so I apologize for the awkwardness there. But yeah, I think I was double checking what the player screens were called, and they are in fact called player screens. And you kind of prop them up so that you hide where you place your dice. I think that's the most strategic part about this game. So that's the villain board, in case you couldn't tell. You're basically playing as a villain or a hero when you're playing 1v1. And it has an amazing round structure, summary, a quick reference. All of the iconography is also here, so you have no issues figuring out what you're doing when you play your first game. This was probably one of the best ways for me to play, was having this up and relying on all of the great references here. So this is a combat type of game, so once your health basically hits 0, you're considered knocked out, and the game ends immediately. So it can end in the middle of a turn, which is pretty neat. Feel free to pause to take a quick look as to all of the stuff that you'll see on the player screens. And then we have the hero board, which is in the orange here. Again, I do like the art in this. It's very comic book like, and it's I don't know, I just really enjoy all the art here. Take another quick look. Nothing is different about the insides of these. They're all the same. You see all of the dice. So there are 20 dice, 4 in 5 different colors. And I like the dice. They're not particularly heavy or too light. They roll well. I am taking out the dice faces that go on the action die that I'm pulling out. So it is a larger die than the actual colored dice, but this is what you would put those dice faces in. And they kind of just latch in there. If you own this game, you probably know it's not the most secure method, and if you roll it with other dice, there is a risk of the dice faces like popping off, which is unfortunate, but I guess this is the easiest way for them to make it easy to remove and replace the die faces. And you can see it comes with that little tool to help you take die faces off. Overall, I like it better than Dice Forge's mechanism on putting the dice faces on, although as I just said, it's not the most secure. So this is a closer look into the dice. You can't hear it roll around, unfortunately, but you get to see all the custom dice here. And they're good. They kind of remind me of Herbaceous Sprout dice. There's some tokens that belong to the character boards. So you may not use this in every game, depending on which character board you choose. But these are some tokens that you would end up using for a specific character. That is the first player marker. There are two sides to it. This is the villain side, which I like, and then the hero side as well. So no matter what, you're always on theme if you're the first player. So this is one of the hero player boards. Well, there is only one hero player board. The other one is a villain player board, but they all basically have an attack column, defend column, immediate power up, and after power up column. So this is where you roll your dice and place the dice. And I just really like this this layout. It makes sense. You kind of go from top to bottom. Where you see the little ones on the left side of the columns, you have to place something there. If you you have to place at least just one dice there. You can't place multiple dice on the rows. Yeah, and you can pause and appreciate some of the comics and the narratives on those boards. They're fun to read. These are the character boards. I believe it comes with 8, and it's great. I mean, it makes it variable. So depending on the character you choose, you have different innate abilities, you have different power-ups, different starting health, different dice that you start with. So definitely makes the game interesting. I'm not sure which characters do well against each other or may not do well against each other, so I think that's something I'll figure out as I play more of this game. This side is the solo mode, so this is how the AI will determine its actions. It goes top to bottom based off of the dice it rolls. It tries to fulfill from top to bottom the dice required. And then this is the 2 versus 1 rules. This is the board for that. So if you wanted to read more into that, you can. This is not a way I plan to play though. Yeah, this is the Sawmill Jackson expansion. Okay, and then we have these nice big health dials, and I love these. I wish all health dials like in Dice Throne were this big and this sturdy, because Dice Throne doesn't always have the sturdiest health dials. I also like how big the font is, so like if I were to do a solo playthrough, you'd be able to see the numbers very clearly on camera as you see now. These are the Kapow team up cards, so I think this is for the 2v2 games, which I don't really intend to play it that way. But yeah, that was my opening. Well, actually this was not a brand new opening, obviously. I got this in a trade, so it was already opened and sorted, so I didn't have to do much opening. It's just showing you the components of this game. I would say it's a pretty compact box. I would probably be fine bring it to you know, bring it out, I guess, and maybe to a game store to play. And the components and table space it takes up is not bad. But yeah, I hope you appreciate this audio that I added after the fact, and hopefully it wasn't too awkward because I sure felt awkward recording it. But anyway, I plan to do a playthrough of this soon, possibly a tutorial. It might just be a playthrough session, but otherwise I always appreciate you watching, and let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. I'll see you guys around. Thanks.